Greater Good Radio. Connect, learn, heal, and grow.
I actually had started seeing a life coach even while I was still working. And through that process, she was asking a lot of very I wouldn't call it provocative questions, but ones that were really getting me to start thinking about my life around what are you good at? What are you not good at? What do you like doing? What do you not like doing? And I think those are all important questions for people to ask themselves every day around. And I think the more you do that, the better decision making you can have as you learn more about who you are.
How'd you even know to get a life coach?
I know, right?
At 27? You know what I mean?
I think I was just so stuck. And I think life coaching was really early then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Was that even a thing? You know what I
No,
mean?
this is like in 2015 or something. Yeah, I don't know. So it was a friend of a friend and really trusted. And she and I had a couple conversations and I really liked talking with her. Just a wonderful woman. Okay. She came highly recommended by some really close friends in Palo Alto because I was living in the city and she's from Palo Alto. Anyway, so she and I had some conversations. I really enjoyed the way she was making me think. And so kind of through that process really started digging deeper into what the heck am I doing? And then I quit my job. I had, some savings and just said, all right, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go hardcore into this life coaching thing and go very intensive so that I could get through this quicker and get on a path that not even quicker, but
rip the Band-Aid off now.
Yeah, fully. Yeah. And then,
now, yeah.
And then get on a path ideally that was would resonate with me and would make me feel excited and happy to be whatever I'm doing. I was it has to be better than this. So anyway, I went hardcore, major sessions, major homework.
Hardcore looks like what? So you quit your job the next day kind of thing, or?
I think I sat on it for a little bit and it was just feeling more and more like the right decision. Okay. So then I quit and gave, I guess, 2 weeks. So did that. And then started working with my coach. We were doing twice a week and these sessions were I think at least 3 or 4 hours long.
Oh, that's long.
Yeah. I mean, there was a lot of reading and a lot of homework. So one example of one of our sessions was around, an example was okay, on this board, we're going to want you to write down every single possible job or type of job or industry you ever thought was interesting.
So your vision board.
Yeah, a vision board, but eyes wide open, but or just sky's the limit. That there's no wrong answer. Just throw it up on the board. And I was I have no idea what this process is. I was all right, great. I always thought city planning was interesting or wine is interesting. Just randomness, the more random the better. But just anything that ever sparked an interest in your head, put it on this wall. I was okay, so I go through that. And then she's okay, well, so now as we're gonna be moving into you getting meetings and meeting with people and really discovering maybe there's something out there that you don't even know exists. And so she said, if as long as something is on this wall that's related, then you pursue that meeting. If it's not, I don't want you running all over the place, just taking all these meetings. Because a lot of times people get overwhelmed. They're I don't know, I could be interested in anything. It's it's not anything.
So you have a direction.
Yeah. And feeling you have direction, which I think is very empowering. So that was one of the sessions.
So you met with her in person then?
Yeah, it definitely lasted, I'd say at least 3 months of very intensive sessions. And even then through that process, I was meeting with folks, right? So thinking about what could be that next thing for me.
Was it just to get career clarity then or what?
I think it was actually to shift my mindset as not being someone that being more strategic versus just being accepting of things coming towards me. So for example, a lot of folks pick an option based on the 4 options that are presenting themselves, as opposed to saying, I'm going to go after this and not just be picking the things that are coming at me that I've been presented.
So try to be a little bit more deliberate.
Yeah. So for example, even when I was first looking at jobs when I was graduating college, going to these career fairs, meeting people, getting to the next level of interview in some of the meetings I had, and then going through that process and then getting an offer. So basically I didn't go out and research what company I wanted to work for, an industry or whatever, and pursuing it. It was more these are the companies here in the career fair. I'm going to go interview with these 10. These 5 gave me a second interview. At the end of it, I got 2 offers, and then now I'm going to pick one.
The thing that I'm curious is that normally for someone to do that kind of concerted effort where you drop your and so on, there's some kind of pain going on over here. You know what I mean? There's some kind of intense pain that needs to be stopped of some sort. You know what I mean? I'm not hearing it yet on this one.
I guess for me, one, like, I felt like I wasn't even living my own life. I was like watching from the side as this like empty human was like going through these motions. And I really felt inside of me
Like
that
you're being forced to do it that way, or
no, just more like, and I wouldn't call it
like
absenteeism, but just
rudderless.
like rudderless, but also just like where was that intensity or where was that like passion that like I have had, just even going through like school, but always thinking like, okay, at some point I'll figure it out. Something is going to stick, something I'm going to be excited about. And just feeling like I was going through all the things. Like I never did anything that was going to veer me in a bad direction. Like I went to Cornell, I
Yeah.
got a degree. Like all of these things are building your
All the
resume.
good girl stuff.
Yeah, like it's building your resume so that every road is open.
So tactically, strategically, that makes sense, right? Like
Totally. And I'm not poo-pooing anyone that does the career fair. And I'm not saying all that. I'm just saying that there was a certain point when I was like 5 years out of school. And I felt like, all right, I'm 5 years out of school and I still feel like I'm waiting to figure it out. That to me was too much, where I said, this is not okay anymore. I'm not like just looking at my options. I'm not like passive. It's 5 years out of school and I still feel like I'm just dialing it in with a job I didn't love. And I said, this is ridiculous. And I see myself doing much greater things. I think a lot of people can feel that way, and they should. But I felt that I needed to like make this major shift now, or I was going to wake up in 10 or 15 years with a lot more commitments that would make it very difficult for me to make a big change. Like the golden handcuffs that happen when people have midlife crisis. They've got a mortgage, kids, marriage, all these other things that make it very difficult to change because you're making good money and it's hard to adjust. And I didn't have that at that time, which was, I'm very grateful for.
You feel it now? I mean, you're getting closer, according to your mathematics, to that midlife piece. You feel it now?
But I don't feel it now because I feel like I don't have golden handcuffs because I love what I do, which I'm very grateful for.
A big need for you is freedom.
Yes. I'm
And
definitely.
autonomy.
Yes. It always has been.
If you resonate with Greater Good Radio, please join our community at www.greatergoodradio.com, where you can get access to exclusive content and offerings. Hope to see you soon.